Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Today's video, I wanted to talk about where we're at with the automated market maker that Ripple had stated that they were looking at, and they have tested it, and we're going to go over where we're at with it right now, or where they're at with it right now. And I did want to say why it's important, because a lot of people, the automated market maker, it doesn't make sense. They don't know how it works and what it's to do. And so let me just give you a brief, quick idea of what this thing is and why it will be freaking awesome. All right. So, you know, people stake money. Well, XRP can't be staked technically because of the type of coin it is, and it's not produced with you know, a mining machine, and it's because of how the protocol works and the fact that it's already been mined. So what we do have is companies that will allow you to put your XRP up at risk on their AMMs, on their automated market makers, which will do trading. But then your XRP is at risk on somebody else's exchange that could be owned by Sam Bankman-Fried, or it could be, you know what I'm saying? So that's had an element of insecurity in it. People don't want to turn their XRP over to somebody else. So the idea that XRP would put this on their own ledger is fantastic, because then they're basically the overseer. I mean, all of XRP would have to fail in order for XRP to fail, which then if it failed, you know, there you go anyway, right? You know, it's gone anyway, right? So what is the automated market maker? You've heard the term liquidity pools. It's just a place to store a bunch of money that if XRP needed it because a giant need came through, they would use that money in that liquidity pool. Okay, so what's the benefit? Well, you get paid if they use your money in your liquidity pool. There's a secondary function, not just the use of your XRP. You got a bunch of XRP in there, a bunch of friends. You said, this is our rate. Big need comes by, uses up the need, then gets put back plus the added interest rate, or the added rate that you charged as a liquidity pool. So you've made money, right? Well, that's one function. But the cool thing about their liquidity pools, it automatically splits it up into the two that you want. Let's say you use XRP and USDC, some form of a stable coin. So what they do, as soon as you put your XRP in there, they split it up into two. And then a smart contract is operating, and it's searching to buy with the USDC XRP at a cheaper rate than what you got over here. So it's looking for an arbitrage trade. If it sees one, it uses it and buys it. It's also searching to sell this at a greater rate. So when it sees the ability to do a trade, it sells it, increases this. Then this buys at a cheaper rate, right? You like my sound effects? So it's sitting there trading for you, man. And see, what that does is it ends up stabilizing the XRP price. So imagine a ton of, now why is that so beneficial to us? Well, you're going to have an exit strategy, correct? Well, what better way than to leave it with XRP and make money for them using it? What a great exit strategy. It's not an exit strategy. It's a stay in the game strategy. Allow yourself for XRP to continue to grow over the years and to make you money, increasing how much that you're making. So the AMM was quite exciting. So we're going to look at when it came out, when it got put on the ledger on an update, if they're testing it and done testing it, and where we're at now. That's what we're getting ready to see. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you three companies, and talking about exit strategies. I'm going to show you three, I don't know what to call them, banks, companies, whatever you want to call it, that will do loans against your cryptocurrency. Generally speaking, this is how that works. But I'll show you these 3 companies at the end of the video. But generally, this is how that works. They will loan you about 25% of the value of the cryptocurrency that you have. So let's say you had $10,000 worth of cryptocurrency. Then you would get basically a $2,500 loan that you could do against that at about a 10% to 12% rate between the 3 companies that I saw. These things will change. And you say, well, what's the benefit of that? Why in the world will? My God, 8 to 12%. Why would you do that? That's stupid. Well, is it? I don't think it is. Because if I borrow against it, all that money that I got pays no tax. So if the tax is only the 12% penalty that I pay in interest rate, well, that's that's tax-free money. So I'm not paying a high tax rate. And for those of you that want to say there's no taxes on crypto and try to, tell me that, yeah, prove it. So I hadn't had anybody prove it. It's just things people are saying that haven't been real clear. And also it's not clear what your tax situation needs to be, if that was even true. And I'm not a tax advisor, and none of this, by the way, is advice. I can't give you advice. Okay, so basically how it would work, if you had $10,000, you'd get a $2,500 loan, basically. And then you're going to pay 12% interest. Well, that's the only thing you would ever pay. So that's what it would cost you. But you just take 12% off. If that's how you want to use it, you just take the 12% off. Anyway, you get to borrow the money, spend the money, not pay tax, pay the 12% interest, and keep your currency. So as soon as you pay that loan off, you can do it again if you want to. And that way you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. What would you use the loan for? I don't know, whatever you want. If you had your money in a liquidity pool earning some money, now we're talking about the tax benefit, of the loan. The loan gives you the tax benefit. So that's the purpose of the loan. You still have to pay back the loan. But you can find ways to do that, like your liquidity pool's making money, like your XRP is increasing in value. All of the different factors that you may have going on in your life. You can have the money, buy an asset, pay the loan back, and maintain your balance of XRP. So if you don't want a loan, then don't tell me how this is a bad idea. It's just that you don't want to loan against yours. Right? Just because you don't want a loan, hey, pull your XRP out, man. Cash it out. Go ahead and face your taxes and be done with it. So that's another choice. So this isn't me telling you how to do it. This is just me saying, hey, so I want to show you those 3 companies. Anyway, but we're going to talk about the AMM, and I want to show you kind of the process that's happened over the last 5 months, 6 months. So let's get into that real quick. Alrighty, direct from xrpl.org. Introducing XRP Ledger version 1.12.0. This was introduced September the 6th, added to and updated the entire ledger for these particular items. Let's see, Rippled reference service implementation of the XRP Ledger protocol is now available. The release adds new features and bug fixes and introduces these amendments. The AMM, the clawback feature, and fixed reduced offers version 1. We'll probably cover the first 2 there just a little. Clawback even smaller. So let's go up here to amendments and new features and changes. Click amendments, new features and changes. These are changes which may impact or be useful to the end users. For example, you may be able to update your code workflow. This is to, I guess, developers or people in that system. So let's look at the AMM. Introduces an automated market maker protocol to the XRP Ledger's decentralized exchange, enabling you to trade assets without a counterparty. For more information, we can click that right there. Let's move down a little bit. The other thing was the clawback feature. So the clawback feature was for a purpose. The old system was so old that you were able to stop a payment because it took days to go somewhere. Well, that kind of left people a little shaky whenever it settles in 3 seconds. So instead of being shaky about it, they thought, we need a clawback feature where we can pull that money back, because we're used to having days to change our mind. So they added this clawback feature where you can pull a transaction back. They added that to the ledger. So that's what that's about. All right, now let's look at this. Ripple's been testing. Now they implemented that, and they've been testing the AMM and the search results, the extensive performance testing of the XLS30 upgrade to the XRP Ledger protocol, which includes the AMM feature, was successfully completed. So they've completed it. Ripple developers have announced that the completion of testing for the XLS30 AMM, which is a proposed amendment that would bring automated swap trading and liquidity provisioning capabilities to the XRP Ledger. Following extensive testing and community feedback, RippleX plans to propose an amendment to adopt XLS30D to the XRPL mainnet. The decentralized XRPL validator community will then review the proposal, and if it receives approval over the 80% of the validators and maintains that approval for a minimum of 2 weeks, the AMM protocol specified in XLS30 will become live on the ledger. Developments indicate that Ripple's been actively testing and working on the AMM feature for the XRP ledger. This is as if back in time, so we'll progress here. The testing of the upgrade, which includes the AMM feature, was completed on October 7th, 2023. This upgrade is intended to bring new features and transaction types to the ledger. The completion of testing indicates that Ripple has made progress evaluating and refining the AMM feature for XRPL. It is important to note that the completion of the testing does not necessarily mean that the feature has been officially approved and implemented. The next steps would involve proposing the amendment to the XRPL mainnet and obtaining approval for the validator community. Ripple manages voting and implementation of new features through the XRP Ledger's amendment process. This process enables protocol changes following 2 weeks of over 80% support from trusted validators. Here's an overview. Proposal. Ripple proposes new features or amendments to the XRP Ledger. These proposals are typically introduced in a new version and refer implementation. Let's see. Okay, voting. Once a proposal is made, the decentralized network of validators has the opportunity to vote on whether to adopt the proposed amendment. Validators are responsible for maintaining the integrity of the consensus of the XRP Ledger. Support threshold. For an amendment to be approved, it requires over 80% from trusted validators. This ensures a strong consensus among the validator community. So that's very important. This is where we're at. Implementation of an amendment receives the required support. It can be implemented into the XRP Ledger. The exact time when the protocol changes takes effect depending on the voting decisions of the decentralized network. It is important to note that the voting and the implementation process may vary depending on the specific amendment being proposed. Ripple encourages validators to reach a consensus within the community before voting overwhelmingly in favor of an amendment. And then this little deal here. Please note the information provided is based on the search results available and may not cover the most recent developments in Ripple's voting and implementation process. For the most up-to-date information, we recommend you follow official Ripple. Bam! Ripple's automated market maker has some distinguishing features compared to other AMMs. Here are some of the key points based on the results. Liquidity providers protection, that's you and me. Ripple's AMM includes an auction mechanism designed to protect us, liquidity providers, from losses. Then the price of the assets in the AMM shifts significantly in the external markets. This mechanism aims to return more value to us and quickly bring AMM's price back into balance with external markets. Integration. With XRP Ledger, Ripple's AMM is integrated with the XRP Ledger, utilizing its decentralized network for validators and ledger entries. It consists of multiple ledger entries, including an AMM entry describing the automated market maker itself, a special account root entry that issues the AMM's LP tokens, and trust lines to the specific AMM account for the tokens in the AMM's pool. Focus on decentralized trading. Ripple's AMM is part of a broader concept of decentralizing trading. It utilizes liquidity pools and automated algorithms to determine token prices and facilitate trading, eliminating the need for traditional order books. It relies on user-provided liquidity, operates in the principle of liquidity provision by users. Community consensus. Ripple seeks community consensus for the implementation of new features, including the AMM. The decentralized network of validators plays a crucial role in voting for the proposed amendments. For an amendment to be approved, it requires over 80% support from the trusted validators. So wow, what is that? Let's sum it all up. So where are we at? Here's where we're at. They implemented it September the 6th. They stuck it in the ledger. It's actually been operating. They've been testing it. It has been doing trades. It has been in the test environment. It's been doing trades. It's been making money. It's been working fantastic. It has passed all the tests. They are completely done testing it. It is ready to go. So where are they? Here's where they are. They just need to have the consensus of 80%, and that be for a 2-week period. I'm not sure how that 2 weeks goes. I'm unsure of what that even really means, but it's enough to say it just needs to pass the vote. Then it becomes something we can use. And again, why is that important? Because XRP is the one managing it. It's on the ledger. Why is that important? Because we can leave our XRP on there and make money. That is definitely a very cool thing. What is the next thing? Well, the way that they do it is even unique. You pick your pairs, and then it does the buying and the selling for you and earns you more XRP, more money that you can output as whatever your secondary token is in that split. If it's USDC, hey, cash that out. And they do that in the form of those LP tokens. So don't let that throw you. All that is all the LP token is that it talked about issuing you. Whenever you dump your XRP in there and it splits it, then it issues you an LP token. That's just a smart contract way of showing you how many of those tokens of that liquidity pool that you own, which is really basically a percentage of how much of that liquidity pool you own. And that's the way for them to figure what your reward is for your amount of tokens of the total input into the liquidity pool. Now, why do they do it that way? Because your portion may change. People may pull out and your portion gets bigger, is a bigger percentage. People may pour in and your percentage is a little smaller. If you own most of it, then you get most of it, most of the money, right? Most of the fees. So don't let that LP token thing throw you there. It's just a way for them to do accounting. Now, I'm going to show you the 3 companies. I'm going to have to break away, and I'll probably just do a graphic. Here's 3 companies that are currently doing loans using if you decide to, your crypto as collateral. So I'm not suggesting that you do this. Just many of you have asked about exit strategies. This is one way. This is you turning your coin, all of it that's needed for collateral, over to another company, and then taking out a portion as a loan. So, it involves that, but it's no different than the banking system, hopefully. But that's for you to decide. I'm not deciding if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But here's the companies that I found. Here's Celsius.network. Now, I don't know if all of these are in the U.S., but Celsius.network was one that I found. This money token, again, I don't know if they do it in the United States. I didn't think to check this. And I did check Uphold, and they are not available in the U.S. But, I'm just showing you what I can. That wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know It might be a repeat for some of you, but it's brand new for many of you. I like going over it. I like keeping abreast of some of the changes. I like thinking of exit strategy, especially when it gets frustrating. I try, you know, like we're seeing, you know, the price variations going on right now. So I know how aggravating that is. It's sometimes hard for people to hold on. I do see all the comments and I see all the frustration, but hang in there, guys. We're in early, you know, and the earlier that we in, the earlier that we are in, it's really the smarter that we are. But it's also an increased amount of frustration because all of us want to get rich right away. We want XRP to go to the moon. We're tired of waiting. You know, our gut gets tired. That's why I even have a program. I try to keep us lifted up. Just hang in there. You're in early. We're going to win. It's going to be all right. Like and subscribe if you feel like that's something you can do in good conscience. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.